Hi everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie. If you are watching with us, thank you for coming and spending your time with us. I know it's valuable. And if you're new, welcome. So, building off of last week, it's been one of those weeks where, yeah, it's just gotten worse rather than better. Uh, which I just want to be real with you guys and let you know that, oh, this journey isn't straightforward and simple and awesome all of the time. And we sometimes have to use some of those sunrise principles to change our beliefs and stuff like that. But it doesn't always happen overnight. And I was hoping that the start of this week was going to be completely different and a departure from last week's kind of funk. And this week I just got deeper in. I was very, very tired and not feeling 100% myself. And then Darrion's been super, super resistant to doing pretty much anything and everything. And that of course affects how you're feeling trying to get into the playroom or doing the schoolwork. He wants his candy, but he doesn't want to do the work for it. And so you're always feeling like at some point you're just arguing constantly. And I know the sunrise principles, and I know you have to give them as much control as possible, and that's what I've done. But it's sometimes really discouraging after really, really awesome weeks where you go, oh, yeah, we did this, and it was great, and how awesome did he do this? And like I said, that's when I pull out my notes of all of that kind of stuff that he has been doing, and I'm super excited about. But it can sometimes feel very discouraging when you've had 2 weeks in a row where, yeah, the funk won't disappear, essentially. Yeah, with Darrion, I'm not sure. He might be growing because his sleeping routine, his bathroom routine, having showers, like everything is changing. And it's been rock solid for years. So yeah, we're keeping an eye on him, but it's been really interesting to kind of watch how he's responding and trying to adjust the plan and how I respond to pretty much everything that he's doing when he's saying no and whatever, and then trying to, within the sunrise model, um, go, okay, this is where I'm willing to bend, and this is where no, I'm not. So yeah, my house is a disaster. I feel like I'm behind on my Christmas lists and my prep and stuff like that. And it's just like there's so many things happening in our lives that are kind of bringing the mood down. That all being said, some things, yeah, that I was specifically looking for when things get like that is to look for the positives and the things that are good that I'm able to pull out of those moments. And so, um, right, like I said, on Monday it started where I was going to take Darrion into the playroom, and usually he is 100% into it. It's going to be fun. I might have to cajole him a little bit from whatever he's doing, but usually a piggyback ride, excuse me, gets him there, no problem, no questions asked. And that didn't happen. He really, really didn't want to go, and when he finally did, it was a fight, and we had had a little bit of that with his we had another volunteer, which I was very happy and excited about. He's a gentleman. I am 18 years old, really, really tall, and Darrion's really enjoying his presence. But Darrion didn't want to go into the playroom at all. And so we spent the sunrise time literally in the hallway, and we made it work. And it was something like he could have run off at any point in time, but he didn't. But we were essentially playing with ribbons under the door, and then Darrion would pull them, and he or I would bang into the wall and go, ow, or the door, excuse me, ow, and Darrion would just be giggling on the other side. So that's what I meant when I said, we've had to adjust a lot to how he's been feeling to get Sunrise done, or not to get it done. That's not exactly what I mean by that, but essentially we're trying to do Sunrise, but give him as much control as possible. And that control was, I don't want to go in that room. I'll stay in the hallway. So, I don't know if I had a Sunrise program person here, what they would say about that. But if you watch it, please let me know down below. It was just one of those things. So on Monday, it was the same sort of deal. But I did get him in the room without too much cajoling. But then he was like, okay, I want to go. We do have a lock on the door, but I haven't had to use it for a really long time. And now he's figured out a way to move the ball over, and then he just flips the lock anyway. And so it's kind of like, it's one of those things that has become a fight. Which I don't try and engage in, but again, it's just one of those things. So on Monday, he's like, no, 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 no. And I'm like, okay, well, what are we going to do, buddy? And he goes, I have to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay. So then I walk him to the bathroom, because he has in the past gone, ha ha, and off he goes. And so I walk him to the bathroom, and he just lies on the floor and says, nope. And so I'm like, okay, let's do Sunrise in the bathroom. And that was my way of trying to not let the angst and the, I can't even explain why he didn't want to do it, because we usually have so much fun in there. So he started playing with the drum inside our front loader washing machine. And so I was like, okay, and I kind of let him do, his own thing with that. And then eventually he goes, what did he say? Essentially it was, he wanted it to go really, really fast. So I was like, oh, do you want to wash some clothes? And he goes, wash clothes. So I go and I grab all of the laundry that is around the house, and he stayed in the bathroom, and I put it in front of him, and he put it in the washing machine. And I chose to see this as, you know what, he is learning how to do laundry. It wasn't laundry day, but you know what, why not? And so, yeah, he loaded the laundry, he closed the door, he poured in the soap, and he turned the knob and pulled it out. And then he sat in front of that washing machine and watched it wash the clothes. And that was Sunrise on Monday. And then on Tuesday, not for Sunrise, we had to wash laundry again, and he loaded it and whatever. So, I look at it and go, yeah, not traditionally the Sunrise program that is on all of our sheets or on the online program or whatever, but at the same time, he was still able to communicate and talk to me, and we kind of played and giggled a little bit, and he really just wanted to see the spin cycle. And it was different. The other thing that I was encouraged by was the seemingly amount of people who have been struggling this week. Now that seems like a really sad thing to say, but I don't know about you, but when you're going through those weeks, you can feel really alone and isolated. And there wasn't a full moon. We did have snowstorms, so maybe it was the pressure in the weather system. But so many people were just saying that they were having a hard time that week. And I felt a little bit bolstered by the fact that, yeah, it was frustrating, and yeah, I wasn't sure how to get over it. But at the same time, lots of people are going through similar or completely different, but different in a sadly negative way sometimes. And that made me feel less isolated and alone. I hope that by telling you all of this, you will feel less isolated and alone when you're struggling in your programs or during your week or in your life. And then I was also greatly encouraged by a friend who shared a Bible verse with me that really, I don't feel like I'm hard done by or any of that kind of thing. It was just really wishing that I could turn up the energy notch and the motivation notch. And I feel like it's okay to have those weeks where you're just like, I'm tired and want things to be a little bit more straightforward and simple, or I'm getting tons done, or my house magically cleaned itself in 3 hours and I didn't know that that was possible. Not because fairies came and did it, but because I did it and I was focused and got everything done and stuff, because usually I'm kind of like a squirrel and I'm like, oh, that needs to be cleaned, and oh, that needs to be cleaned, and by the time it's done, nothing is fully cleaned. So essentially this blog is just trying to encourage you. If you are in that place like we've been in the last 2 weeks, this next week is full of new possibilities, and it doesn't mean that there won't be negative things, but we can still try and find the positives, like I did with washing clothes early this week. And Darrion learning how to turn on the laundry, because it's a life skill that one day he will be able to do if he learns it consistently. And if he's interested in watching the clothes wash, then I can get him to do it. And he's like, it's the only thing that he did not resist me on this past week was doing laundry. So I cannot be upset about that. Yeah, and know that even those of us who have like, a sunshiny, my husband is like sickeningly sweet Pollyanna type personality, can have those days and weeks where, yeah, it doesn't feel like we have all the energy in the world. And he's playing a game, so don't feel like he's upset. He's not. He's just yelling no, if you can hear that. There's a dragon chasing somebody around, and he's like, no, no, no. But yeah, I haven't been able to get Darrion to be in the Sunrise Playroom as long as I want. I have some volunteers, but they're only a couple hours a week, and I wish I had more. And more time that they had to devote to it. But you know what? I have to be thankful for what I have, and be thankful for those moments that are great and that are moving him forward, even in small, teeny, tiny ways. So I hope that this has been an encouragement to you. Thank you so much for watching and being here. This is the first day that I've kind of put myself together, and it was motivated by the fact that I needed a video and a vlog. So thank you for the motivation of this, all of you who have subscribed and whatever. And if you've been having a bad week or a rough week or a great week, tell me down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful week. Thanks, guys.